Hello, the void, or more accurately, your future self. Take a sip of coffee for before you get going too far. Um, Hopefully people like, the kind of low effort style this is. I promise, these are incredibly high effort. You'd be surprised at how long it takes to make one of these. And I don't even I'm not even a professional YouTuber, I'm just a dude who wants this, who does this as a job, so he's trying to turn it into a job. There are guys who edit intros and outros and links and sound effects and, oh, thank you for missing, you know, all that stuff. But um, clearly, again, just starting out, this is pretty good for me. I'm pretty proud of myself going back and watching all these. Obviously, they would sound a lot better if I had a microphone, but sometimes it is what it is. Okay, so there's that way and there's this way. Let's heal up and then we'll go and knock out this part because I have an inkling it wants me to go left. Yeah, see, it's not wanting me to go this way, so um I don't know if it has a element type system like Pokemon does. It probably does, but I definitely don't want my water guy in with these turd burglars. They look like they'll burglarize some turds before the day is done. I actually like that Scaradic. Scaradic. Scarab. Scaratic. Probably, yeah. Scaratic. I like him a lot. I might have to go out and get me one of those. These guys remind me of Swoobats. Woobats, which I hated Gen 5 when I was a kid just because, it felt like we were in it for so long. Um, as a kid, I felt like Gen 5 went on forever. But it's my favorite generation of all time now. Close to Hoenn, I think. I think Hoenn's my favorite. Univa's my second favorite. Immortal Citadel. Um, and that's not to say new Pokemon are bad. There's just they haven't really gone back to a region like Hoenn since the since the Hoenn remakes. Ain't that crazy? Or Sun and Moon was also a lot like that, but I really like their and this is prevalent all throughout Pokemon, but it tends to Yeah, I don't want to be let in. I just want catching cool stuff. Um, Pokemon Sun and Moon, I guess, kind of follow that, but like they haven't really done a region, you know, like that since where it's kind of prevalent throughout all of Pokemon, is what I was saying. This, um, like the parts I like about Hoenn and shoot, trying to think. Sorry, Hoenn and Alola. Um, I feel like we haven't. It's something that they went back to in the Alola region that we haven't really seen since the early Pokemon days when, the regions were still in Japan. But back in those days, there's an early, more of a focus on um, just like nature as a whole and like them living with it and they're. It seems like when they do Summer Party. Cat scary, buddy? Um, when they do newer regions, it's less, it seems like there's less focus now into the actual region itself. um, Coming off of Paldea, especially, where it's like, oh, this is just Pokemon in a different location, as opposed to, because of a different location, everything is different and new. But where was I going with this? Hoenn and, Alola were kind of, in my opinion, the last ones where it was kind of focused around that. You know, sorry, focused around more so the culture and how the people, live and like the world. Um, it's stupid complaint, but world building, really. They used to do in all these small little ways, but I miss that kind of like, I don't know what mentality it is. It might just be like island life, to where Hoenn was all islands and the ocean and beaches, and um, as a result of that, they kind of go through and make everything more friendly. But a focus on like the nature and the environment and the actual locale being a part, like a character too. It's kind of what I miss from that era. They did it a lot in the Japanese regions, so like Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, um, Hoenn, because probably because that's where they're from. They want to do it good, but then even stuff like Unova has it, where you go over to Unova and you have your cities, and it has Charizard Bridge, and the region itself is a living, breathing character. In seeing how this group of people has sh shifted around it and like learned to live with it has always been the more interesting part to me that they just don't really acknowledge anymore. Okay, I think we've got enough guys down here. We'll take a look at, yeah. We'll go the way we're supposed to. But that's kind of what I miss, where those regions will always be preferred to me. Like Johto, I think the dex for Johto sucks, but it's got the Kimono Girls and the Burnt Tower and this and that, and the region itself is a character versus just being a setting or a backdrop for the game to take place in. And I miss seeing these new crazy locales and worlds and how people, oh, since these are island people, they live with their Pokemon like this. And oh, since these are Savannah people, they live with their Pokemon like this. That's not something you really get anymore. The spin-offs used to be really good about doing that too, like Pokemon Ranger. There's these group of people that they rescue the Pokemon and they capture them and release them at the end of the day. And then even, Pokemon um, XD, Gale of Darkness, and those ones on the GameCube. Here's this underground like crime syndicate world of Pokemon, and then you have what are some other spin-offs? You have, your Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where it's this is how Pokemon live, by themselves in their own little villages. And I don't think we get enough of that anymore. I think that was a big part of the magic, and I really, really miss that. Let's get rid of Mill for Froggic. I don't have a wind guy yet. Okay. We've did our exploring. I already have a rare Froggic. Thank you. Up. We'll heal. And I'm assuming you want me to go this way. Yeah. So we'll battle our way over to the ferry and we'll head over to Palima, and we'll end the video there. That wasn't very good. Ghost isn't crazy against basic stuff. Must purely be there to counterbalance psychic and vice versa. This guy's sick. I want one of these. How do I get that guy? Look at him versus my Woozy. I'm demotivated anyways. That's not gonna hit. Thank goodness, because that was a misclick. Um, I'm trying to keep some of these guys alive. It would be cool if I could get some experience for some of them. Ooh, effective. Okay, so I'll tell you. Boom, bang. You know what I mean? He's gonna work hard so he'll have a ranch someday. Me too, buddy. Ain't that the dream? Found a peach. Found a synergy core. Found a rock. An ocean shard. Sorry. And this must be the ferry. Yes, go to Palmaya. That's what it is. Palmaya. Absolutely beautiful. Show me boat shaped like the Mons, you know? Love that stuff. I eat it up. And here we are at our first real region or area of the game, Almaya. I don't have permission to use them yet. I don't have it, sorry. Okay, well, here we are. We got where I wanted to get. So I think this is where we'll wrap up this game. My gameplay. And I probably won't come back to this one for a while unless I see, it gets more views than my other videos or people reach out in the comments and really want to see it. But this has been Valet Games. I thank you for joining me. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like, a comment, subscription, anything helps. Don't make me beg for it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.